Thank you, Director Maxwell. You are a collaborative partner, and I truly appreciate that. So thank you. I'm going to go off script a little bit. First, what is the update on the Washington Teachers Union contract? Where are we?
We're continuing to work with WTU to reach a fair and balanced contract with the help of the Public Employee Relations Board, who is now overseeing that process.
And that is because we are in arbitration?
That is correct.
Okay. And is this a, what is the term? Not mandatory arbitration, but it is binding?
This is binding interest arbitration, yes.
Okay. So help me with, so we are in arbitration because the two, as we talked about with the judges, the two sides couldn't agree. And there was not successful mediation. So now we have a third party who will determine who is right, essentially.
That is correct.
Okay. And can you tell us whether the disagreement is just about compensation, or is it about the working conditions as well?
We have a combined working conditions and compensation agreement with WTU. So we're at PERB because the entire contract needs to be arbitrated. There are certain clauses, some which actually cross over between being working conditions and compensation. But I would say, yes, we are there to finish the entire contract.
And when parties enter into, when we're at an impasse is declared, and the parties enter into arbitration, is there a timeline or a clock in which agreement must be reached?
Yes, the code calls for the arbitration to occur, and forgive me, I don't know chapter and verse, but I believe it's 30 or 45 days from when PERB has actually confirmed that we are at impasse.
Okay.
And then after the arbitration hearing is concluded, I believe the arbitrator gets 30 or 45 days to render his or her decision.
And so help me out. How much longer do we have till we reach an agreement here?
I couldn't give you exact date and time because it still has to play out through the process.
What's the longest amount of time it would take at this point?
I would hate to speculate because I just don't know.
Okay.
The hearing itself could take a couple days. It could take a week. It all depends on how the arbitrator is actually running the arbitration.
Let me ask you it this way, in my non-lawyerly way, Director. Are teachers going to go into let me make sure I remember what year we're in. Are teachers going to go into a new year without a contract?
Into a new calendar year?
New calendar year.
I don't want to speculate, but I don't believe that under the timelines that are outlined in the code, I don't believe that there's going to be a resolution before the end of the calendar year.
Okay. All right.
Unless the parties reach an agreement on their own, which is still possible.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Let's get back on script.